According to the NCAA, 8 million high school students participate in high school athletics. 495,000 will go on to play college ball, with 21% of them going pro, and the highest being baseball with 9.1%. As I do admit, I do play sports. I throw both shot put and discus in the track and field events, and I cheer for basketball. But I haven't learned as much from these sports as I have from my career technical education program, or CTE education. My name is Abby Blegg, and today I'll be talking to you about why CTE classes should get more funding than sports. Right now, you're probably wondering, what are CTE classes? Well, I'm about to tell you. According to AESeducation.com, there are 16 classes that are considered as a CTE. And those classes are, along with some of the classes that fall under each category, are health science, which would be physical education, anatomy, physiology, and first aid. Business, which some of those classes are accounting and business law. Sales, which some of those classes are entrepreneurship and sales management. Finance, which some of the classes that fall under this category are personal finance and financial law. Information tech, which some of those classes are computer networking, computer systems, and architecture. Science, technology, engineering, and math, which this is better known as STEM. And some of the science classes are biology and chemistry. Some of the math classes are algebra and geometry. Some of an engineering class would be civil engineering, and a technology class would be computer science. Manufacturing, and some of the classes that fall under this category are product design and introduction to manufacturing. Logistics, and some of those classes are logistics technology and inventory management. Hospitality, some of these classes are event management and hospitality law. Government, and a class that falls under that class would be government. Law, some of those classes are civics, criminal law, legal writing, and research. Agriculture, and some of those classes are animal science, horticulture, and nutritional science. Human services, some of these classes are psychology, case management, and grant writing. Construction, and some of the classes that fall under this category are blueprint reading and carpentry. Training, and upon my research, the classes that fall under this category are a lot like the science, technology, engineering, and math classes. Arts, some of these classes are pottery and creative art. Audio visual technology, and some of the classes under this category are multimedia introduction, video production, and digital video editing. And last but not least, communications, and some of the classes that fall under this category are communication in cultures and communications in politics. And the two classes that I will be focusing on today will be STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, and agriculture classes. Now that we know which classes are CTE classes, I will be getting into STEM. This year, in my sophomore year, I am taking biology as my science class. And on the first day of school, our teacher handed out our biology books. And the first thing that I noticed is that they do look a little beat up. There's some tape and some of the covers kind of starting to come off. And as I opened the cover for me to put my name, I noticed that there wasn't any spaces for my name to be put down. And as I looked at the year next to the first name, I noticed that it was 2004. A couple days later, some of the girls that play biology in my class, that play volleyball in my class, were talking about how they were getting new volleyball uniforms. And what confused me was the volleyball team just got new uniforms 2 years ago, but our biology books are almost 16 years old, and our school isn't buying us new biology books, even though that they're well needed. Now that we have talked about STEM, let's get into agriculture. My school has a very successful agriculture program. Personally, I have placed top 3 in agri-science at nationals. I attended the National Agri-Science Fair, or the National a national FFA convention twice and our state convention 3 times. There is 100 kids, give or take, in my high school, and about 90 of them participate in our FFA program. And these kids are also attending different conventions and different events put on through our EGG program or the FFA. And our school takes up 2 buses to the state convention at South Dakota State University, and our chapter pays for our hotels out of the chapter account. Ever since I can remember, our sports teams have made it to state volleyball twice, which of those 2 times have been the past 2 years. Girls basketball twice, or girls basketball 3 times, and 2 of those times have also been in the past 2 years. State football once. We have had anywhere from 3 to 7 wrestling state qualifiers, 1 to 4 state track qualifiers every year, one boys golf qualifier every year, and 3 girls golf qualifiers every year. State sport qualifiers get rooms paid for by the school, and special uniforms and in some cases, special state apparel. Right now, you're probably wondering, why does this pertain to me? Well, let me tell you. As it states in the name, career technical education classes are prepping us for our future. This offers 16 different career clusters in high demand fields. As I stated in my introduction, only 21% of college ball players will go pro. And I'm going to leave you with a question. If CTE classes are prepping us for the future, then why not give them more funding? Thank you.
True.